Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy, Beautiful Crow, and I'm here with my co-host, Big Seal. We're back for the 10th episode of the DNAnime podcast. Are you guys hyped? Are you guys excited? This season of anime has been incredible, and we got a bunch of fun anime topics for you today. Vix, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I am excited to get into all of our new topics that we've come up with this week. They are very interesting. I'm glad I had time to go over the list of options that just tickle your fancy. You ready?
Yeah, no,
Ready for the
I'm
power?
I'm so fucking hyped. How are you guys doing today? Let us know in the
Hype.
comments.
Hype.
Yeah, let us
Anime loves
know.
hypes and chats.
Exactly. Let us know in the comments of the YouTube channel. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, help support the boys, and stay tuned. This is episode 10. This is Monumentous 10, 10, 10. It's not anime, but it's wrestling. Ty Dillinger. Anybody know? But it's hype. We're still a podcast. We're still here. 10 episodes in. I was waiting for creative differences to destroy everything, but we still here, baby, talking about anime and having a good time. So join in that good time. Join in the discussion in the comments channel or in the comment section. I don't know what I'm sounding like a boomer right now. Comments channel on the YouTube.
Sub to everything.
No, join in the discussion, man. Join in the fun. And again, I appreciate all you guys who are leaving comments on the YouTube channel. All you guys who are locking the podcast, joining in the discussion with us in the comments. In the live stream on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for everything. We want to just say we appreciate you guys and welcome to the 10th episode of the best anime podcast on the earth.
They just don't know it yet.
Every time.
The closest we came to creative differences was the Cowboy Bebop incident.
Oh yeah, I was gonna kill you.
I almost got kicked off my own podcast immediately.
I can't reach through the bubble and just strangle you
Fuck
like
this,
Homer does in
I'm
Spark.
going solo.
But yes. Anyway, today the first topic of the day will be what is an anime power that you can use better than the original user. So Vix, you said that you was cooking up in the kitchen and I spoiled my thing off podcast. So you go first, and then I'll talk about my character that I think I use the power better than
All right,
theirs.
I got a whole mess of them. I had to go over it. I had a couple good ones. I'm gonna name off the ones that I'm not going to go into detail with, but I wish I could. Staz from Blood Lad. His ability was Zip. It was literally just him grabbing your heart, and he never does it.
Wait, what?
Yeah, that was his ability. It was he could just grab a part of any part at any time and just grab it, squish it, crush it in his hand.
Wait, didn't Blood Lad also do a Kamehameha?
Yes, it did. Dude could just do whatever he wanted, and then he was mad when he got interrupted. Because his opponent was like, I'm not gonna let you do that. What the fuck?
That's an anime cardinal sin. You gotta watch transformations. You gotta let your opponent do this special move. Come on, man.
And that's why he did Zip, was because they interrupted his Kamehameha, and he was like, oh, you think? And he just almost killed the guy.
Oh my god, hit him with the Killua, just grab his heart out of his chest.
But it was he doesn't actually have to make contact. He can just kind of do it whenever.
Okay.
So it was a missed opportunity, but that whole show was poised to be really great, and then they canceled it for some reason. Yeah, and then another one that I'm not going to go into great detail with will be Asta from Black Clover. Right off the bat, dude uses his giant anti-magic sword to smack magic back at people, and he only does it twice. And it's
what? I thought that was a part of his repertoire.
It is part of his repertoire, and he only does it twice. His whole thing after he does it once very early on, I think when he first gets into the Black Bulls, he uses it, and then he doesn't do it again for 100 something chapters. And there's just so many that is busted that you can just smack it back at, because it doesn't take any effort out of you at all except for you swinging your big sword.
That's Inuyasha's biggest thing is backlash wave.
Yeah. And it's so often it's just why the fuck is this not an option? Or why do you just not do this all the time?
Asti is a fucking idiot.
I've gone over this one before. Elias from Ancient Mage's Pride. His thorn magic.
He just doesn't do anything.
He just doesn't do it ever. It's he only does it when he's angry, and it's you could have done so much.
But that's a romance, right? So it's always just I'm so prickly. I got the thorns, but my, the redhead girl.
I think the thorns are very good to be representative of who Elias is.
What I think. I just feel it's oh, he's so thorny, but I can get to him, my thorny skeleton dog man. Yeah, I think that's just there for the romance part of it. It's not thematic because he never
he's
does
just
anything
hanging out.
cool. Yeah, it's there for her to have a moment to be like, but I love you and I can get you through them thorns. I was like, man, come on now. I want to see you fucking big ass shonen battles. Get out of here.
All right, but the one that I will go into detail on would be from a very well-known anime, is from Fairy Tail. Probably not anybody that you're gonna think of. Leon, I forget his last name. He's Gray's rival. Dude can have living ice make magic, and he loses every fucking fight.
It makes no sense. He's Gray but better.
There is no way that you can create anything living out of ice and you lose every fight. There's no way. He's only got like 3 fights, and every time he uses like birds and then a gorilla once, I think. And Gray somehow beats both of them. And I'm like,
yeah.
I feel like dude just wants to Leon just wants to throw his magic out there, and that's not how you have to use that. You have to be smarter about it. Like Gray's is, I think they talk about it just being more durable. So yeah. Gray can literally just slam into it and win. And Leon is trying to win in a contest of durability, and that's just not how you do that. If you if you can create living things out of your ice, make it move.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this list is gonna be like, hey, what characters are fucking dumbasses?
Yeah. As I was making the list, I was like, man, a lot of the main characters, they seem to use their powers pretty well. And then I was like, now we need to dive deeper. We need to go to like the supporting characters, the backup characters, the ones that no one's gonna talk about. There's like this dude, his power is right on the border of being so OP, and he just doesn't make use of it. It's so wasted. Oh, yeah. I wanted him to be in more fights so that he could get the opportunity to show that it is a good power. But then at the same time, they almost suggest that it is almost pointless to do the living ice make because of its like fragility. And I'm like, man, no, fuck that. That's dumb. It doesn't matter how fragile it is. If you can make them move out of the way of like counterattacks, you can wreck people that are significantly higher than you or stronger than you. You just have to outplay them. Come on, man. Hit the outplay button.
It is annoying, but I feel like there's like, yeah, it's the main character. We give him this guy, or one of the main characters in Gray, and he gives him a guy that has his power but better, but he's better because he can use it in that special way that make him defeat somebody.
They just couldn't have him outperform the main cast. And it was like, but Gray's not even like the main character. He can lose to his rival. It's fine. It is fine if Gray loses to his rival. That doesn't make him like any worse. It's just so annoying because it was like when I first saw it, I was like, yo, that's so cool. And then Gray power of friendshiped him, and I was like, damn it.
Welcome to anime, Vix.
So close.
I know.
But yeah, who will be your first power that you can use better than the original user?
So I was going to decide to either save this one to talk about it because you kind of already know what it is. But we're going to talk about it right now because I hear the JoJo in my head. Too, from JoJo Part 4, Diamond is not Crash. I like Diamond is Unbreakable, but Diamond is not Crash is fucking hilarious to me. So I love saying that instead. But yeah, Oguyasu's power with his stand. I forget what his stand is called, actually. But his stand's ability is to remove space. And all he does is just like, haha, you're closer to me. And I'm just like, just remove a motherfucker out of existence. Like, you can remove things, like you could, like a attack is coming at you, just make it not exist. Like you could just make things in that space that you're deleting not exist. It's literally canon that he's just too dumb to do it right.
It's so crazy that like when I first was like watching it, I'm like, dude, that doesn't make any sense when he uses it for the first time. And he's like, yeah, my ability is to remove space, and it just like pulls people closer. I'm like, that's not removing space. And he's like, yeah, it's the universe filling in the space once you remove it. And I was like, you could do so much more than that. You could do so much crazy. You are literally eradicating space in real time
and rewriting like reality to where it's like this after effect of the space filling back in.
Did he lock somebody into a rock one time?
Yeah, I think so. Some shit. I was like, he could be doing so much. He could be murdering so many people. But instead, he just like, I'm a fucking dumbass. But yeah, instead, it's called the hand, which makes sense because he uses the right hand to like remove the space. But yeah, Ogiyasu, like again, I love JoJo for how creative the stands are as a power set, like a power set in the world or whatever. Really interesting. I love Haman and everything like that, but stands are where the show really really shine.
Haman
because it's so creative.
Haman had potential, but I feel like it would have taken a lot of effort, and it seemed like by the time that like they introduced stands, that Haman would have just been like death essentially. Like there was no way that they could make it interesting enough, fast enough for it to like really hold on to the series. And then they introduced stands, which was like random. But if you could glide down that, well, it's anime kind of deal, then it was great. It was fantastic. And then after that, it opened the door to like everything. It can be anything now. There was like a fixed amount of stuff that Haman could do that they could probably spread out a little bit, but only so much I could pull off. But then they introduced stands, and now it could literally be anything. Dude removing space and still loses.
But yeah, no, he's just a fucking idiot. But it's I love stands. I love the power set. I think that is awesome. The main thing is just like if you're not a stand user, you just can't see stands. I mean, if you had him on, you're fucked because you just get punched by ghosts. But yeah, no, Ogiyasu, I just feel like he's an idiot. It's an ongoing joke in the anime community of how he just is constantly using his powers incorrectly. But you love him. He's a lovable idiot. My second one, as a little tease, as a little tidbit of information on my second one's also gonna be another guy that's kind of sort of an idiot, but I love him to death. But we'll get to that. I'm doing a little tease, man. I'm teasing you. But yeah, Vix, who would be your next anime character? You can use their powers better than them. If we got isekai, it's anime.
All right. I don't know how many people have watched this show, but I will. This is like up there. The last season for it was really fucking good. Bungo Stray Dogs.
Watch it.
Main character, or who's supposed to be the main character, his name is Atsushi. I don't know his last name. I just wrote Atsushi. But his ability was Were Tiger, and basically he can like transform parts of his body to be very beast-like, essentially like a white tiger. And he gets like extreme speed, super strength. His claws are like mini swords, basically. They're extremely sharp, and he never uses it. Like ever. Anytime that he's ever getting fucked up, he always just uses his beast legs to either just like jump around to stall or run. And it was like, dude, you can absolutely nuke this guy. Like he fell victim to the typical MC like stereotype where he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna hurt anybody. That's bad. I don't want to hurt anybody. We can talk no jutsu this out. And they're just like, everybody he faces is like, okay, but I don't want to. And then they just slay the smackdown on him, and he's like, oh yeah, well, you can't hit me because I'm fast. And then he gets fucking rocked because he wasted so much time. It's like, dude, if you just committed to the bit, then you could be so strong. And the crazy part is like within the show, the leader of the agency, his ability is to let everybody else who works for him have mastery over their own ability. So we know that everybody in the agency is a perfect user for their like whatever they're called. I forget what the name of their powers are called. But he never goes like beyond just his arms and legs. He just like stops there. And it's like, if your ability is to transform into a were-tiger, at some fucking point you should be able to just go full beast mode. And I think he actually does once, and then he never goes that far again. And I'm like, why not? Wreck a dude, fuck him up. You can talk to him when he's like borderline unconscious. Like, he might not be happy about it, but you'll win. But he wastes so much time in all of his fights just doing stupid acrobatics and shit. While I like the speed and the power that he has with the were-tiger ability, he doesn't use it for anything useful. And that's the part that it's like, just let me do it. Just give me the controller, I'll do it. Yeah, but that also is a very good show. Aside from him not even, Actually, even him as a character is like still very good. It's just annoying that it's like, just fight, man. I hate it when they do the I don't want to hurt you ploy, and it's like, man, just hurt him. You're in a fight.
That's how you know we're an American podcast.
You can't tell me that those folks across the pond don't also want their anime characters to fuck shit up.
I mean, true. It's real. Run raid, I mean, is only good for so long. Like, something needs to push him into action, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, but he also has like this like mix of a power with one of his like rivals. And it was like the coolest ability. It was like the other guy had this cloak that could basically stretch space. And he basically used the cloak to like become like sword spike tentacles or whatever. They were very sharp and brutally deadly and whatever. And he ended up giving the cloak to Atsushi for the were tiger, and they had like this mixed ability for one fight, and it was cool as shit. That fight was epic. And then they were just like, nah, I don't need to do that. And then like 2 seasons later, they do it again, and he immediately loses. And I'm like, shit. Well, damn.
Oh no.
But in his defense, for that loss in season 5 is when he uses the mixed power for the second time. In his defense, the guy he was fighting was just straight hacking. Like there's no way to go around it. Like he was actually cheating.
He was a beta.
Yeah, the dude, his power was so dumb, and its power is it's like obscenely overpowered ability is like the main plot power for the whole season. His ability is to send his sword back in time. So he can just like if he gets cut or injured or something, he can he'll know that, so that in the future his future self can send his sword back to block that hit.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's fucking dumb, and it's like, what?
I feel like that's just like One Piece observation hockey's future sight with extra steps.
Yeah.
Like, just let him be able to read movements. Like, no,
Yeah.
man, future me send my sword to pass me.
Yeah, there was one time where he like had a mark on the wall, and he was like, yeah, I knew that you were gonna betray me because I put a mark here in the past future. So I knew that I was in danger. I just didn't know what the danger was, but I knew it was you. And I was like, huh? They were playing like 7D chess, and I was like, I am not keeping up, but I'm here for it, I guess. Let me find the dude's name. Okay, so the dude's cloak's name was Akutagawa, but that's not the dude with the sword. Bungo Stray Dogs. It was one of the hunters.
I heard Bungo Stray Dogs is really good. I haven't watched it. It was around the time that I was watching Dorarara. So I just think I skipped it.
This guy.
I don't know why, but when anime like fit a certain category in my cranium, I'm just like, okay, these kind of similar. I'm just gonna watch this one instead.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I'm just weird like that. But I will go back.
I mean, like, we have so many anime to
watch
watch that we need to just like something has to narrow it down.
True. It's too much time. I'm old. I ain't got time to watch an anime. Dude, I used to watch 30 episodes of One Piece a day. I didn't have any fucking life. Back in the good old days.
Hunting Dogs was the name of the group.
Is that not the name? That sounds like a cool ass like anime group name.
No, that's the name of the group. The whole season is just like everything is bumfuckery. Like you cannot follow any of it, but that's intended, which is crazy.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. Fukuchi was his name.
Okay.
Ochi Fukuchi. He's an old man.
He's an old man. Oh wait, what? Okay,
he's an old anime swordsman dude.
Oh my god. No, like if you could make your sword go, I'm trying to figure out how shit works. Like, how does it look? Does the sword just come out of nowhere?
Yeah,
and block
it just like out of fucking thin air, just blocked. Or he can also make the swing in advance. So he can do it in the past, and then he can make the swing in advance and then hold it there until the moment that he needs it, and then it will do the swing like where he did the cut. So like if I were to swing right here, like right in front of me, and then I just like sent it 2 days into the future, 2 days from now, there will be a sword that swings right here.
Oh,
It's
that
so
makes no
weird.
goddamn sense.
And it's like, you can't do anything about it ever, because if something happens to him, he can send the sword back. And if he thinks something is about to happen, he can send the sword forward. So you're like, you basically fight him twice at the same time. So it's so weird.
It's incredibly weird. Well, because I was like, in my head, I was trying to like make sense of it, because it was like, okay, he sends the sword back. Does that mean his attack, like his sword moves, like he's able to move his sword? He's like, oh, but no, just another sword from the future just comes back and
No,
blocks.
it's his sword. It's literally him in the future.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, okay, say I'm him, right? I wish I had a PowerPoint.
I know this is hard as shit. It took me forever to understand it too.
Because like so like say I'm him, and if somebody attacks me and I try to block it and they go around me, so I would be able to send like another sword that would just poke out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and block the attack while I'm still holding the sword in my hand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out. I was like, so just a disembodied sword just comes out, and be like, aha.
Yep. Oh.
Okay,
and it doesn't have to be like just a slash either. Like you can hold it to block too. So like him in the future can block the attack. It's straight hacking. It is straight up hacking. It was like through the whole season, it was making me mad because I was like, there's no answer.
Well, that makes sense. How would you use it better then?
Well, not his power. Like his power, dude. Like there is no way to use that better because there's no way around it. But the Were Tiger ability, like, just like okay, not against him. I would be like, if I had the Were Tiger ability and that guy showed up. Actually, I can't even say that I would run away because the first thing that he thought was, "I'll run away," and then he lost his legs. So
wait, what? Okay.
because the dude knew that. Like his future self knew that Atsushi was gonna run away, so his future self sent the sword back and cut his legs off.
That seems so fucking busted.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? But outside of that one fight, dude just holds back too much. Like he tries to befriend everybody, and he's like, we don't have to fight. It doesn't have to be this way. Don't do that. Just do that after they're incapacitated. Like if you try to do that before they're like fighting you, then they're probably gonna kick your ass while you're like, oh, please no, don't do it.
Oh,
but yeah, good show, good series. All the characters are really interesting. Definitely recommend it. It's just a shame that you don't get to see him use his power as much as he could. But who would be your second one? Be the second power.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw in an honorable mention. I don't know how many we will keep going back or back and forth, but my honorable mention will be Kuwabara. I love Kuwabara. He's one of my favorite anime characters of all time. Retro anime, Yu Yu Hakusho, one of the main characters, one of the main four cast.
Sucked.
Right? Yeah, he fucking no. I love him because he sucks.
I mean, yeah, like I also loved Kuwabara, but like I almost felt bad for him because his ability was terrible.
His ability was terrible until he got the fucking dimension slash. He got the dimension slash, and he could cut through dimensions. And I feel like that's like just open up Doctor Strange portals everywhere while you're fighting somebody. Like kind of like the guy you were just talking about, like the Future Sight guy. But instead of that, you cut over the dimension and then make it go somewhere else, and you stab the dude from far away. Like I feel like Kuwabara, like wouldn't he like maybe his power did just suck. The energy swords, I loved it. Because he was like, I got energy sword, but he had to use like the little wooden stick at first to make it. And then after that, he was like, I don't need the stick anymore. He just had the energy sword. Then he can make it longer. Energy sword extend or spirit sword extend. I'm sorry, don't crucify me in the fucking
I remember all the way up to him like extending the sword, and I was like, okay, you don't need your little catalyst anymore. And I'm like, your teammates are basically gods and demons, and you're like, yeah, my sword's a little longer. All right.
Yeah, get longer, make it stronger. But no, like I loved it because like it kept evolving in dumb ways where it's like he make it longer, he can bend it and stuff like that. We fought the yo-yo guy.
Not the comedic relief.
Like I really enjoy Kuwabara power, and him being able to slash through dimensions is crazy. I think that's an insane ability, and I feel like he just doesn't really do anything because he's the comic relief. I'm like, that's a really good power.
They always give the comedic reliefs like OP powers so that they can get away with stupid shit on accident.
Yeah, but I'm like, it's such a waste. But I won't go to Kurobara. He kind of fits the Okuyasu thing. Just guy who isn't the main character and kind of dumb. But Kurobara is smart, like emotionally and everything like that. In certain situation, he has like the ability to read like spiritual energy and all this stuff. But he does a lot of dumb shit. But I love Kurobara. He's awesome. But no, my character that I would say for my second will be Gon. Gon Freaks from Hunter x Hunter. Kind of like what we're talking about with JoJo.
I almost added him to my list too, but then I was like, I think he does all right. Like I think his usage of it is like reasonable.
Within Gon as a character because he's 12 years old, sure. But in the world of Nin, where Nin you could pretty much do like so much insane shit, and in the world where you have other characters like Hisoka, or you have Killua, or you have Scarlet Red Eyes Boy,
Kurapika,
and they're doing all this interesting shit with their nin powers, and Gon's whole thing is me punch.
Well, so in his defense, you don't get to pick that.
No, but that's fine. But he is not a emitter. He's an enhancer, right?
Yeah.
So it's Leorio. And Leorio, because the whole way the nin works is like, okay,
is he?
Well, you're good with this nin.
I thought he was I thought he was a specialist.
No, Leorio is an enhancer as well. But he uses the adjacent abilities on the nin chart.
Leorio's main nin type is an emitter.
Oh, never mind. But okay, that's fine, right?
I was like, "There's no way that's enhancement. There's no fucking way." Because the dude that Kurapika fights, he was also he was like one of the best enhancers, and all he did was Unga Bunga.
Yeah, but he sucked, and then also he has a code, or Kurapika has the coldest moment. But yeah, no, I get it. Like you get picked, but they build out Nin where it's just like, okay, you can use the adjacent stuff.
I think the enhancer aspect in its entirety should have been used more.
Yes, that's why I'm mad with Gon, because Gon includes the other nin types, like emitter to do the scissors and his Jonkin fist to emit like a fucking projectile. But it's all simple shit. I feel like with everybody else doing all this crazy shit with their abilities, and I get it, obviously, speaking, kind of like out of lore, obviously is a shonen, and he got to be the shonen main character that does the shonen brickhead shit.
Oh, okay. So I had to look up the chart because I remember that there was a chart for it.
Yes, there's a chart.
You have like a 100%. Synergy with the other one, so you're specialized in, for Gon, it's enhancement, and then he's less specialized but can still use emission and transmutation, and then less so with manipulation and conjuration, and then you have to be a specialization specialist to use it at all.
Yes, which is like he could be doing more shit. Like that's my thing.
That's true. He could be doing a lot.
He could be making shit. He could be making like constructs. He could be emitting his power, but his power is literally just like, I'll punch you. I'll emit my fist to punch you far away.
He turns paper into like this like dimension cleaving sword.
Something like he could be doing more. And I feel like if I was an nin user in this world with crazy ass nin users where their abilities pretty much are stand powers, I feel like Gon should be doing more than me punch. He could be doing more. And he's like incredibly strong with his enhancement.
I feel like that you are, I'm going to say you're right that he should be doing more. However, that is like not Gon's personality. Gon's personality is like very headlong.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, if it were me, I'd be doing cool shit.
You got to be more like if I got thrown into any world with any amount of power, my first instinct is going to be to try all of the things. I'm going to be like, all right, what else can I do with this shit? Like, yes, I can enhance myself, but like I can, within the confines of this own power system, it says that I am able to do other things. So what are the other things? So now I was like, then it's like, I got to do it. So, and when people get powers and they don't do the other things, I'm like, come on, dude, you have so much power to work with.
Exactly. You would not see me running around in fucking booty shorts and a wife beater with a fishing pole. You know what I mean? Not doing cool shit.
Hard punch him.
Yeah, like that. I get it, man. It's shonen. Hard punch is where you go. But come on, man. Make them do some cool shit. That's my second character.
See, I was under the assumption that you could only do the one that you were specialized in. I had forgotten that you had just like a lesser synergy with the other ones.
Yeah, so it's like if you try to use like something that's not your specialized thing, you'll just be not as good as somebody who is specialized in like emission or
Yeah.
transmutation. Like you can still add it and tweak your shit.
Looking
You're
at the
just,
chart though, it would almost suck being anything that wasn't enhancement because
I mean, yeah.
in the chart, anything directly across from your own dot was like the lowest one. So the one directly across from enhancement is specialization. So it's 0 for everybody there. If you have the ones that are right next to specialization, which is manipulation and conjuration, your most synergized one of your two is automatically a 0. That would fucking suck.
That would suck. And that's why I'm saying Gon sucks. Because
Gon has the most potential. He can do literally anything that's not like specifically to his fucking Kekkei Genkai.
Yeah. And spoiler alert, he can't do shit now.
I'm waiting for him to come back, but they gotta get off the boat.
They gotta get off the fucking boat. Dude, it's so sad because 2 of the best manga, Hunter x Hunter and Berserk, they were stuck on a boat for so fucking long. 7 real world years I was reading Berserk, 1 chapter a fucking year pretty much of them being on the boat. I was so angry. I was so angry, dude.
And when they dropped like 25 Hunter x Hunter chapters at once, I was like, this is epic. This is gonna push the story forward so far. I went through all 25 chapters and I was like, I cannot take this anymore. I literally like got halfway through the last chapter and was like, no, I haven't understood what's happening in the last 17 chapters. They have not explained anything any better. And dude has broken basically every rule. So, or he's just like, yeah, as soon as I set foot off this boat, I'm dead. Because by his own explanation, using the Emperor Eyes is shortening his lifespan, right?
Yeah.
He's used it for like 2.5 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And like never turned it off. And I'm like, you are going to walk out the door and just die. So I was like, I'm missing something. I gotta be missing something because there's no way that he could use his power for 2.5 weeks. But yeah,
well, we all love Kurapika. I hope you'll be okay in the next chapter of
whenever that wants to come out. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like I've like mentally dropped it. Like I'm probably not gonna pick it back up. As much as Hunter x Hunter was like revered as so great, the arc that was so good is over. Like they finished it and then they didn't do another good one. Like the Green Island, I think it was really good with the cards, and then the Chimera Ants was even better. And then after that, it was like they fucking scooped the shit out of the toilet and threw it on the wall and hoped.
I mean, Togashi just got real sick, man. So I get it, but it just even though I did see a story,
he forgot to write the blueprint for the next part. So he's grasping his straws now.
Okay, so let's talk about Togashi real quick. This ain't got nothing to do. This is off topic as hell. So right, his whole thing is that he would just live in filth. Like, have you seen the famous photo of him in his like room in his house where it's just look it up, Togashi trash. Look it up real quick. I want your first honest opinion, really quickly.
Trash room.
I don't know if you go find it, but look him up real quick.
Oh my god, this thing looked like it was taken on 10.
Oh yeah, it was a long time ago. I mean, it was during either the beginning of Hunter x Hunter or while Yu Yu Hakusho was going on. And he's just playing like the Super Nintendo in a fucking trash mound.
Yeah.
And
in a way, that's how he make his manga. Yeah, this is old as shit.
Yeah. He's been around forever. And he's just like, oh, I'm sick. I'm like terminally sick. I'm like, I wonder why. But he married the mangaka of Sailor Moon, and she's just like, I love me. I think what the quote is, the famous quote is, I love me a useless man.
What?
Look up the quote from the mangaka of Sailor Moon right now. Jamie, pull up the clip. But yeah, she married him, and he was just a fucking trash panda living in trash. And now he's dealing with like some kind of illness. But I don't know the validity of the story. But recently I heard a story that Togashi delivered somebody's DoorDash in Japan. Delivered somebody's DoorDash in Japan. And everybody was just like, what the fuck? I thought he was like super duper sick. Like, how is he doing DoorDash? But yeah, so, a lot of fun stories. I hope he's doing all right. All jokes aside, I hope he is doing okay. I hope he is healing and feeling better. I would love for Hunter x Hunter to continue because a lot of people love Hunter x Hunter. I don't read the manga. I only watch the anime. I haven't watched the anime. Oh, I've only watched the anime. I haven't read the manga, but I'm scared to start the manga because after I finished, I literally watched the 99 anime and it was amazing. Then I watched the 2011 anime and I was like, this is amazing. I went through all of it. I was like, Chimerian arc was fucking sick. Everybody talked about it for years. I got to watch it, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go forward from this. And then it was just like, oh, everybody was like, oh, the art takes a downward spiral. Some of the chapters are just text, and I was just like, oh, I guess I won't be reading Hunter x Hunter.
I can't find that quote. The only quote from her that I can find about him is actually the opposite. In an old interview, the creator of Sailor Moon said her ideal man should be kind, capable, and pathetic.
There we go, pathetic.
As in would be living in squalor and degenerate lifestyle. If this was now the ideal man for most women, okay, I'm not gonna go into that. But this first comment kind of made me laugh. This guy is like, she married Togashi, who is known to be kind and extremely capable and successful and pretty degenerate when he was alone. For example, during Yu Yu Hakusho's manga run, he caught scurvy because all he ate was Insta ramen.
That's the guy. That's Togashi. And he's like, oh, I'm sick forever. I can't sit up and draw. I have to take a shit laying in my bathtub. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah, that was the only thing that came out. When he came back and he was writing Hunter x Hunter, it was like, oh, I can't sit down and take shits. I have to take shits in my bathtub laying down. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with him? And then he's doing shit like this. I was like, oh, I see what's wrong with him. Man got the scurvy.
Yo, how did
1400 shit.
Did the bathtub just fill up with shit, or did he like waffle stomp it down the drain or something?
No, it boggles my mind. And then his wife is just like, my ideal man is a nice guy.
Just imagine like walking past the bathroom and he's got like his like drawing canvas up and he's like on there in the toilet and they're like, and she's just walked past like, hey honey, how you doing? Oh, nice. All right, it's going great. That relieved every bit of pressure on my back. Oh God. Close the door on your way out. You don't want to be here for this one.
And that's Hunter x Hunter. What we were talking about. I just want to bring that up. I thought it was a funny anime manga fact that the mangaka for Yu Yu Hakusho and Sailor Moon, they both got married, and she was just like, I love me a pathetic man that lives in shit. And he's just like, I live in shit.
Ooh, me, pick me.
Pick me out of the trash, pal. But yes, that was our anime characters that we think that we can use their powers better than them. If you have an anime character that you think that you'll be able to utilize their skills better than, let us know in the comments below or in your 5-star review on your audio podcasting service of your choice. All right, we're going to move over to the second topic of the podcast. Who is your anime president? Who would you choose? I mean, you have the title more fancy in the discussion that we have privately. We're like, hey, we got to come up with ideas. So it's really great, but it doesn't fit on the screen.
Oh, I shortened it. Paraphrase all of them.
So, who would be your anime president? What do you think?
I have a couple.
This great nation.
I got a couple. There's one on here that I feel like after I put him on the list, I was like, you know what? He probably would not be the president because he is too like self-absorbed. Like he's too interested in doing his own thing. So I originally put Senku on here from Dr. Stone. And I was like, he is already like rallying the troops right now. So he would like be great about it. I'm like, no, he wouldn't want to do all that extra bullshit. He keeps sending Gen out to do it. So like maybe Gen could do it, but I don't know. I feel like Gen would fucking play us off. so probably not that.
Yeah, no, he's not very trustworthy.
Well, I mean, like at least he does it for the greater good. I mean, if all it takes to persuade him is a bottle of cola, then I mean, I'm a little concerned. So,
just like, can't have that.
But one that I think would be great, mostly because they've already done it, Rimuru Tempest from Slime. They are basically already a president. They in a fantasy world, they are much more war bound, but he's doing a good job of not going to war in a war bound world. So, and his I don't even know, his like community, I guess, is like taking strides in their technology, their construction, their integration. They're very inclusive of all of the monster races and the humans and the demi-humans and the demons and Like he's like on everybody's good side, and then the people who want to be a bitch, they're on his bad side. So it's like, feel like he would be a very good person to just be like, you know what? You can take this. I'll let you have this one. So I will follow you because you have so far done a fantastic job. So I would let Rimuru be my president.
No, I think that would actually be a good one. I honestly, like, I feel like, because I got a dumb one and I got a serious one. But yours, good lord, that's a really, really good choice. Because again, I really, really enjoy Slime. I think Rimuru's a great character, and I honestly went to Slime thinking it was gonna be incredibly goofy and like not like the beginning of Slime is like very comical and very fun and light. And it's like
they did a good balance between funny and serious.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
So
did
like,
not expect shit to pop off. It's like,
yeah,
in season
yeah,
one,
I know.
Like, like when he came back and he was just like, "What happened?"
And when they showed him Shion, and he like his like demon power exploded out of him, but he like didn't show any emotion. I was like, oh, fuck. This was cracked.
I want to vote for at the polls.
Yeah,
like, if he sees people hurting, he'll fucking burn everything down. But no, I think Rimuru
will bring
awesome.
you back from the dead, literally back from the dead.
You don't know how hurt I was because she like Shion, right?
Yeah.
She was like one of my favorite characters, not just because she got big ass titties.
I do love the very bubbly characters that are like that, where she's like very like overly optimistic, where she's like, oh yay, yes, I will do this, excited. And then like everybody, although they are like stronger than her, is like still scared of her. That like kind of trope is like kind of funny to me. Yeah, so she's really she's like, I'll make you eat my cooking, don't you fucking dare. Which is funny that everybody still hates it, because after like Rimuru became the Demon Lord and everybody got their like second ability or their like hidden abilities, hers was like the ability to make her food taste however she wanted, no matter what she put in it. So no matter how bad it was gonna taste good. So, but everybody still wanted to not have it because it looks so gross. Yeah.
Like food shouldn't be censored like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If they got a fucking mosaic pixel over your soup and it turns purple, then probably don't want to eat that. I don't care how good it tastes.
True and real.
But no, yeah, I think
that's a really, really good.
He has gathered a very powerful, well balanced like cabinet essentially. So, especially with the addition of Diablo in the later seasons, he very nicely ties in the like political part of it, because Benimaru was there, but he was more of a combatant. So Diablo coming in and being very, like, I'll say reasonable. He's very like manipulative in a way, but like
Rimuru's version of Gin, essentially, from Dr. Stone.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. That's a good way to put it.
He's like his Black Ops guy.
Yeah. Well, he's like, he's a straight up politician. Like he's very like out in the open. He's very public, but he uses his words to like kind of twist and dement the situation to make people believe certain things, so that they kind of do what he wants, which is not exactly what you want in a cabinet leader, but he is doing it. He is doing it for the intent of following Rimuru specifically. So while they are like kind of dark, twisted, not kind of ethically moral things, he's doing it for a good end goal, because that's what Rimuru wants. So while I'm waiting for him to like absolutely just blow shit out of the water, he hasn't done that yet. So up to this point, we're still good.
Yeah, everything's a-okay. Yeah. The betrayal happens.
But who do you think would be the best anime presidente?
All right, so I'm gonna say my joke one first.
All right,
my best anime president will be Allmight. He got moves named after American states. He is America personified. I hear the eagle screech every time I see the man. This man is red, white. He bleeds red, white, and blue. But all jokes aside, I do.
No, it doesn't. That's Star and Stripe.
Yeah, that would be better. But let me get off my shit about Allmight.
That's literally the wrong country, Crow.
What do you mean? He went to. Did you see the first movie? He went to America with David Shields and shit.
Yeah, but then they got their own perfect dude over there.
But no, man, I just love All Might in general. I think he's fucking hilarious.
I don't
think
know.
He's great.
I would almost have to disagree with you because he's like a very bad teacher.
Yeah, he's garbage. That's why I said this is my joke one. It's mostly just because he's just America. And Detroit smash, Delaware smash. So
it is weird that he's from Japan and
one.
all of his names are named after like states and stuff.
Exactly, because nothing's bigger than Texas smash. But no, like again, I love that. I love the lore of him like being like he had like I guess an exchange program where you're just in the States for a while, being like their #1 hero, going around running and learning things. And he came back to Japan, he was just running shit. Like he was the pillar of the hero community for decades in My Heroes like universe or whatever. And then obviously when we start the show, he's on the decline physically and everything like that. He is on the decline. And he's like, you know, you get to see the two have him. And I like that. I really like that like juxtaposition of like nobody knows that the greatest hero is injured and hurting, but he's still going out there with a smile on his face to be what the people need him to be and take care of everyone that's around him. And he literally was the guy holding the world together. So when that decline is shown, everything falls apart, which isn't a good thing that you want to lead it, but still at the same time, for the longest time, for decades.
I mean, you don't want it to fall apart, but it was the holding it together part that was important.
He held it together at his own detriment, and that self-sacrifice, I would like in a leader. Somebody who's like, hey, I'm going to take care of the stuff. I care so much about everybody that I would do anything and sacrifice anything for the people around me and the people that I'm in charge of. That's a good, commendable skill. Even though characters like Night Eye was like, don't do that shit. You're going to have the worst fucking death. You're going to keep sacrificing everything, and you're going to pay the price wholly, like later or whatever.
And he was like, I don't care.
Yeah,
if I could save even one more life, I have to get back out there.
And in the world, like, again, this is fantasy, but in the real world, you don't have a lot of people that care about other people like that. You know what I mean? But I would love a person who I know genuinely gave a fuck about the people that they wanted to protect. All Might is the personification of protect and serve. And even that it came at his own detriment and the injury that he had, and he had to pass on the power to somebody who was not ready for it before his time. He did everything that he could for longer than anybody else probably could or could before him, you know, with the prior uses of All for One or One for All. So it's just like that. That's awesome. And I love All Might for it as a character. I love skinny crackhead All Might. I love buff, super buff All Might. I'm glad that he can still do it as a gag from time to time and spit out blood. But I love that he gave all of that, and you get to see the aftermath of that. What does the greatest hero become after sacrificing everything for society? And he's just a skeletal, you know, husk of him for himself. This deity among people. He's a husk. And that's interesting to see as a character. And he still cares, and he's still doing everything he can, even without his powers, to protect anybody that he can. And that's awesome. Like, again, it's kind of a joke answer, but at the same time, that's my reason behind it. Not just because he has moves named after the United States, but I just think that it's a commendable trait. And that's what makes All Might such an interesting hero to me. Because unlike Superman, he is fallible and he can be hurt. You know, he's a god that you see fall, essentially. And that's an interesting part of his character.
He's definitely a good hero, but in the aspect of, do I want him as my president? Probably not.
I vote for him on November, what the day is, 4th or whatever. I vote for.
Based on like how he has been teaching you Class 1A, don't think he's going to go very far in the way of getting us much. Probably not going to repair much on his own either. Public relations? Dude's strong, I guess.
Yeah.
Not a great... Not exactly.
The world greatest hero.
You could, I guess, intimidate everybody to back the fuck off.
Exactly. You play D&D. You play Baldur's Gate. Intimidation roll. All might always win.
You got a plus 20 to his die roll.
Exactly, and that's a guy that I would have voted for down at the poll.
I would give him a shot. Like, depending on who his opponents are, I would probably give him a shot.
Hey, you'll give him 4 years, right? You give him 4 years.
I give him 4 years. I give him 4 years. I know for a fact that he would at least have the best intentions.
Exactly.
And I can only imagine the cabinet that he would put together through his own connections. Like, I'm sure that he's going to have Aizawa's going to be in there. Aizawa, although I'm almost certain that Aizawa would be like the first person to cross me, I'm starting a war. If I could get Principal Nezmi in there, he's really good.
Yeah, he's awesome.
A lot of the other people like Night Eye, Rip.
Night Eye would be great.
Night Eye would be great.
Future.
But
Come
yeah,
on now. Come on
he would be
now.
more of a
Come on.
figurehead at that point, though, because then you'd be like electing him for his cabinet more so than him. But even that is like,
brain.
You got to be, if you can put together a cabinet like that, you got to be a good president in some capacity, right?
Exactly.
So
again, not one man can do it all. Not even Allmight.
Right.
Vote for 2024. Let's go.
2024 Allmight.
I totally forgot that it's a fucking election year. See, we're topical. We a couple months early, but we're topical. All right, who will be your next anime president candidate?
All right, I'm gonna honorable mention one guy because
okay.
I don't know. He would be awesome to have as a president, but I feel like he would just throw everything into ruins because fuck everybody. Dazai from Bungo Stray Dogs, extremely smart, incredibly smart, very tactical. Dude tries to kill himself on the regular. So his like suicidal tendencies would be a little questionable in a president, so kind of knocked him out of the running for that one. But he's very smart. He could almost, if he didn't do that, and if he wasn't very like self-centered about it, then he would be pretty good. But outside of that,
I thought you were going to say Danzo from Naruto.
Oh yeah, I love that. It is so great. Definitely want Danzo.
The Shadow Hokage with the eyeballs. So I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, okay.
But my actual choice is from Naruto. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Shikamaru. He is already in office. He takes over for Naruto when Naruto is gone. He worked with Naruto for I don't even know how many years that Naruto was in office. So he is like already well accustomed to doing politics. He's very smart, very good at managing difficult situations. If you watch or if you read Boruto, he was literally walking on eggshells the whole time with Ada, since she can literally see everything happening at the same time. So dude was actually managing to like circumvent her like all-seeing vision the whole time, and the ability to do that is like actually crazy. And like his ability to just like walk through dangerous situations without like triggering essentially the nuke on hand was something that would be very helpful in a president. Like I would definitely want him, like if we were headed towards war or something and it was like time to elect a new president, I'd be like, all right, we got Shikamaru in here. On the chance that he can't avoid the war, he has already been to war. So he could also be a general in that war. So no matter where everything goes after he becomes president, he has already done it. So he would be one of the greatest options to do it. The only downside is he doesn't have much of a cabinet to work with. He is the cabinet.
No, cabinet will be a bunch of Naruto clones.
Yeah.
Fucking worthless.
Like maybe you could throw in like maybe Kakashi. He's like the only one that could like maybe do it.
Kakashi, who the fuck else in the village would be a good fit?
Everybody who would be a good fit is dead.
Yeah. I would love like.
It can't be Jiraiya. Jiraiya's gone.
Yeah,
definitely not Orochimaru.
No, hell no. How is that man just alive?
The thing that pissed me off the most about Orochimaru is that Hiruzen literally died to get rid of his arms, and then like a season later he's got his arms back. And I'm like, what?
He just got him back.
And it was like, I understand that the concept is that he switched bodies, but he took his soul. Yeah. So that doesn't add up.
Of another character, well, I don't know if this is technically spoilers. I would just say there's another character in another anime called Jujutsu Kaisen who had something happen to a part of his body or arms with a soul. That shit was permanent. Like, come on now.
Yeah.
And all honesty, I'm kind of happy that he got his arms back. Not because I like Orochimaru, but fuck the third Hokage. That motherfucker let Naruto waller away and fucking.
Hey, you know what? He would have been a good one for power could you use better than the original user. Man had like 10 million jutsus on hand, and he chose to off himself.
Yeah, he chose to die. He was like, all right,
and he didn't even do the whole thing.
Nope. He was like, I'm old, and I can only get his fucking fingies. And I was like, come on, you suck. But yeah, I was gonna like combat you and be like, Shikamaru. Because when it happens, okay, this is like a manga thing for Boruto 2 Vortex. So spoiler alert, but we already kind of talked about it, so it's already been spoiled. But Shikamaru kind of does become the Hokage, you know, while Naruto's out of action essentially. But when I was watching, I was like, I love Shikamaru. Shikamaru's in my top 5 Naruto characters, right? I love him to death. He's one of my favorite characters. It's like him, Naruto, Lee, Jiraiya, and Hinata or whatever. Like those are like my top 5. And when he became Hokage in the manga, I was like, who the fuck is scared of Shikamaru?
I mean, if you watch Shikamaru's fights, like you should be scared of Shikamaru.
Yes, you should. But I'm like thinking to myself, I love Shikamaru. This man can outthink everybody in the verse. He's awesome. I'm like, would Shikamaru be able to stop pain? Maybe, because he's a genius. I feel like he would be able to figure out the shit faster than Jiraiya.
I believe that they actually assigned him temporary Hokage because they don't know exactly what happened to Naruto at this point.
That's what I was like, he's kind of Hokage. But I think Shikamaru's the man for the job. Good job, because for everything that you said,
we also haven't really seen how far Shikamaru has come since then. We've only seen him do office stuff since then, and he's like used his basic shadow possession a couple times on the children. But aside from that, he hasn't really gotten like action time. So we do know that before even the time skip between Naruto and Boruto, he learned how to do like shadow strangulation. Yeah. And like his shadows can come off the ground and interact with things. So I can only imagine like he has better versions of that now. Yeah, which would be terrifying. Just like have your own shadow just start strangling you and be like, oh shit.
Because my thing is like Shikamaru's whole character is that he's like, oh, what a drag. This sucks. I'm a lazy boy or whatever. But he's a genius. But every single Shikamaru fight is a fucking banger. Like he doesn't get many. But his fight versus Samari, awesome. I love that fight. Like it's so fucking sick. And his fight against fucking Hidan, like God, it's one of my favorite moments in all of Naruto.
Oh man, it was so satisfying for him to get his revenge like that. Because dude thought that he was like, what are you gonna do? Kill me? Good luck. And then he's like, nah, I think I'm just gonna bury you forever.
Dude, so when he like lights up the fucking
and he throws the lighter.
Oh my god! It was his sensei, and I'm just like, so good, so good.
It was such a level of closure that like nobody ever gets. It was so good.
Shikamaru's the motherfucking man.
And he made him look like a bitch too, because he thought that he got Shikamaru, and then he ended up killing his own teammate. And I was like, yeah, fuck you, you fucking fuckwad.
Yeah, dude. Like, and he had to be like the biggest shithead too.
Yeah, it was
great.
Oh, it was so great to have him like eat his words like that.
Shikamaru, my dude. I love Shikamaru. So you know what? I vote for him as well.
Shikamaru 2024.
Let's go. So my last presidential candidate. It'll be a character that you know very well, Vix. Now, I'm actually interested to hear your opinion on it, but I'll speak my piece. I mean, honestly, I think our shit is going to be exactly the same. My presidential candidate, my second one will be Ayano Koji from Classroom of the Elite. That man, again, kind of like Shikamaru.
But he's so... The only issue with him being the president is he does not give a fuck.
Everybody's a pawn. Everybody's a pawn. Everybody will be a pawn.
Yeah, he'd be like, I kind of want... Well, actually, you know what? He is like kind of starting to develop like feelings and whatever. So he's more gearing his pawns towards a general victory instead of just like, I'm going to win. So I could see him being a good president. Not now, but he's on the route.
When he's able, like, again, you can't be presidential candidate until you turn 32. So 32-year-old Ayano Koji with some feelings installed. You know, I think he'd be pretty good.
He's got to get through a little bit more emotional recognition, and he's got to mature a little bit more. He's got to get a little bit more otherworldly experience. So
yeah, but like when because you told me to watch Classroom Elite, right?
Right.
And I watched it, and you kept saying like, this dude like outthinks everybody, even me, pretty much. Like,
I had all of the information available to me, and he still was like, that's not what was the plan.
Yeah, that's my thing. It's like watching his plans come together and how he manipulates everybody in the classes is so good. And watching his plan come together, I love it when a plan comes together.
Oh yeah,
so
getting
good.
the payout. As long as the payout is good.
Yes.
That is like the most satisfying. And his wrap up to the 2-season long plan, how he ended the whole thing was so fucking good.
Oh my god.
I was like,
dude,
when he went into the fight, I was like, bro, damn, you really boiled down to violence? Like, that's what you came down to? And he's like, no, I was planning this the whole time.
Yeah,
and then I was like, what?
Perfect outcome.
And he fucking shit on those guys.
He beats the shit out of all of them. And it's the greatest. And he's just like,
and he didn't even try either. Like, it was like killing a fly.
He was like, I feel nothing. Because he's like, oh, you hate me. Oh, you so mad I made you get angry.
Who are you?
Victory.
Bam, bam.
Yeah. I was just like, he was like, it's just meat. It's just sound of meat. Fist hitting meat. And I was just like, what the fuck? That's my president.
You don't want to do this.
Oh my god. But dude, I love Classroom Elite. I think it's amazing. I would trust Ayano Koji to handle business and always get the upper hand on any of our opponents across different country lines. Because that man is a fucking genius, dude.
Yeah, I could see him as long as he has good guidance to growing up. Because if he ends up going down the dark path, we don't need another incident. we over here in America are already struggling. We don't want him to take advantage of that, because he absolutely would.
Yeah, he would. True and real. But yeah, no, Ayano Koji is just such an interesting character. I can't wait to watch more of Classroom Elite. I'm still in season 3. I'm halfway through it. I'm loving it so far. I think that he will be great. For some reason, I was going to do another joke when I was going to say Light Yagami, but that's terrible. Light's terrible. I can't justify that at all.
Yeah.
That man be smart, but he's the fucking worst.
That's the same reason that I had Lelouch on my list.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I can respect their genius. I can respect their game. But no, I was like,
he's very smart, but I feel like he would not have best interests in mind.
Yeah. So I figured I'd go with Ayano Koji, my boy, who will fucking always come out on top.
He has potential.
Yeah,
say that.
The potential. Yeah.
Yeah, potential.
I don't know. I just like saying it. But yeah, I would love that. I would love that so much. But if you guys have some anime character that you would not nominate, that you would vote for and check off on that ballot, you can drop that down in the comments of the YouTube video, as well as in your review for the audio podcast of the DNAnime podcast.
Also, if you agree with any of our choices here, put that in the comments down below. Let us know that I'm right again.
Yeah. I was gonna say, even if you disagree, let us know why you think our choices are bad. This motherfucker just like, I want you on my side. Wait, which one of us, in the comments, let us know, which one of us would you like to have as your presidential candidate? You guys know
I'm not old enough. I'm only 31. I'm only 30.
Yeah,
I'm not old enough to be president yet.
I'm about to be 34 in a month, man. I'm dying. Every day is a step closer to death.
What is it? Vix for 2032?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not doing all that math. Get out of here. But yes, I could run. Would you guys vote for me? Leave that in the comments as well.
I would.
Don't vote for me. I'm a fucking idiot. Oh, thank you. Never mind. You know what?
I want my president to be a fucking idiot. That's what I want. Yes.
Hey, you ain't supposed to agree with me, man.
Yeah. Right. Beautiful Crow does things for the people. The people's streamer. You weren't here, but earlier he ate an entire brick of cinnamon for a measly $25.
My tummy hurt. I feel so nauseous. Hey, I got diabetes for you. Vote for me. Mission approved by Beautiful Crow. Oh my
name is Vixfield, and I approve this message.
Exactly. Oh boy. But yes. So thank you guys for I hope you guys want to join in the conversation. Thank you guys for hanging out with us all day. And on to our third and final topic of today. Who would be your anime second in command if you had the ability to take any supporting character from anime and have them as your right hand man, have them as your man in a chair, who would that be? I honestly feel like some of the characters that we talked about in the last section would be really good, but we gotta go use that.
Well, one of them was very close to being my president one, and I was like, you know what? I think I have to put him in the other ones. Honorable mention, Diablo Slime.
Yeah.
Literally could not think of like a better one. He is smart, he is strong, he's magical. Like, bro could just like be the man in the chair, the right hand man, and the combatant all at the same time. And he would be grateful for the opportunity. But yeah, I had like a couple of them. I tried not to make my list too long. I had one that I hadn't thought about in forever, but would be fucking awesome to have as just like a supporting character. So I'm gonna pick that one to be my man in the chair because her ability would just be too good. Honorable mention, Chopper, One Piece. Sure that having a doctor that can fix all ailments basically it would be nice to have on hand. Definitely good. I picked both Wealth and Lilaruka from Danmachi because they are both very good supporting characters.
Dude, oh my god.
But they come like into their own so much that they're very like defined now. So like Wealth is the blacksmith. He's the blacksmith for them. And then Lily is like the strategist for them. So they've kind of gathered their own identity now, and they are almost less supporting characters as they are just like equal standing characters. So while they are good to have like as my backup, I feel like I would rather have them like up as my equal as opposed to like my support, you know?
Yeah, and you're okay. So this is going to be a little off topic since this is your honorable mention as well, but I want to chime in. I love that about Danmachi. I love the fact that Belle's not the only one just growing. Like they make
I love it so much that they gave the other people like roles.
Yeah, and they have their own character arc and they have their own growth, and they're just.
I think the best part about that is that it actively shows that Belle can't do it all.
Yep.
And that like a lot of the times the animes will like fuck up and they'll just have like the one character that is like godly perfect, and it's just like like you can't build a good story around that because everything has to funnel back to this one person. But Danmachi very adequately showed us that is not the case anymore. Belle got fully separated from the party for like 5 episodes. They had a life or death battle on their own amongst themselves, and as they fulfilled their individual roles, they grew as those roles, like specialists. So like Wealth being able to forge in the dungeon. Aishta, although she's not even like really in the familia, she was like part of the party. She became like the combatant, which was like the follow-up to Belle. And then there was Lily, who was the strategist who was being taught by Cassandra, who took over in the Hydra boss fight and probably was the main reason that they survived that fight, was because of both her direction and Aisha's experience as she was like funneling information to Lily, and then Lily was making the final choice. And then everybody had so much like faith in each other with that they all just like did it. As they were told, they just did it. They were like, move over here, did it. Go over there, do it. Make this platform, freeze the lake, do it. Like nobody was like, but what if? Because that would be instant death. So it was a great showcase of the culmination of everything that they learned all the way up to that moment. And it was like so perfect. But yeah, they have become like more than a supporting character now. So they've fulfilled an entire role that pushes them out of under Belle. So that's why I'm not going to choose them as like my one, but my one will be one that you've almost certainly never heard of. Her name is Nodoka Miyazaki. She is from Maho Sensei Nejima. I'm going to say that she has her ability, but I did not do the thing that gets her the ability, because the thing that gets her the ability in Nejima is the Pactio. We're not doing that because that would be making out with a child. We're not doing that. So, but she has the power. The power is cool. Her ability is as long as she knows your name, she can. Your thoughts are written in her book. Like she has a magic book that will just like transcribe your entire thought, like everything that you're thinking of. And she tricks, or like she doesn't really trick people, but she like forces things by, if you ask the question, then the answer will be the first thing that comes to mind, even if you don't say it. But so she'll be like, what are you doing here? Even if you don't want to tell her, it goes straight into the book. Because that's the first thing that you think about, and then you have to think about not answering that question. So in the book, it tells them how they're not going to answer the question, and then answers the question. Yeah. And then later on, she gets an artifact that is basically like an earpiece, and basically that earpiece connects to her ability, and it essentially reads the book to her, so she doesn't even have to have the book out anymore. So she just actively is mind reading all of the time. And I was like, that would be very good for a lot of things. Yeah, in a real life situation, like, that would be very helpful.
If you try to circumvent a bunch of shit happening.
Yeah. But yeah, if I have to do the thing to get the power, then I'd have to pick one of the other people listed before this, because I ain't doing that.
We just say that
they have the power. You don't have to do the thing that gets them the power. They've already done whatever it is that they need to do. You are not involved.
That's their business. That's their
business. We ain't gotta worry about that. But
all right,
just the sheer like uniqueness of it was like more interesting, because like lots of people can read minds, but it's like, it's not invasive unless you need it to be. So I was like, that's very good. And assuming that they would come to real life, I don't need Satan himself. So that's a little overkill. Chopper would be really good to have, but I think this was like more in line with like a real life kind of support. So
I wasn't thinking, I was like, what character would I just like to hang out with? But I was like, nah. You know what? That's a good thing. What utility player can you have?
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good. I haven't watched it. Would you recommend
to watch it? No.
Yeah. Oh.
No. To read it? Yes.
Oh, okay.
It is like to this day, even though it's like very harem intensive and very weird in a lot of like aspects. It imagine the like first 3 episodes of Danmachi, but extended out like several more like arcs. So they have the weird interaction between all the students, and the teacher is 10 years old, and it's so fucking weird, and they have so many weird uncomfortable harem sections, but the parts that are not harem sections are very good. And the art is like so good, like it's so next level. They have I forget the author's name, is like Ken something. The way that he draws his like impact sections, they're not like frames, but like when somebody jumps away and they leave that little puff of smoke. Well, he doesn't do the little puff of smoke. He does like a circle, and it's very like spiked of energy. It looks very sharp, and it's very clean. And so like his art style leans to it very heavily, so it's very nice. And then like as it goes on, the art style like blends into the characters, and then they become extremely detailed. But like it's so hard for me to accurately recommend it though, because at the beginning it's like how the power structure is set up is so fucking weird. Like it's so weird, you almost want to go check that guy's PC.
So fuck. Oh no.
It's so weird. Like, how do you even come up with that? Like, this guy is a mage prodigy, and in order to get real world experience, they send him to an all-girls school to be a teacher, and then he ends up kissing every student in his class so that they can all get powers. And I'm like, that was like in each scenario he like resists the shit out of it. He's 10, so he's 10, but they are 16. No, they're 14. So it's yeah.
Like the numbers kept jiggling around. I was just like, he's a fucking adult. And you're like, no, he's 10. I was like, oh, so they're all kids. It's still kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
But I would just like,
weird 19-year-old kissing. Wait, I was like, there's no 19-year-old. No
19-year-old.
There is one relationship in there that is like, I won't even call it a relationship. There's one like girl who is like has a crush on the actual the actual age teacher, but the teacher doesn't like do anything about that. So
yeah, but
like that's fine. Like he just kind of like gently lets her down, but that's kind of weird that you would write that into a story, but it's not like an unheard of thing in real life. Like students having a crush on their teacher or whatever. But he doesn't do anything. Nobody does anything like that. So while it is a little weird, it is more like on the okay side. But yeah, the whole premise behind how they get their powers is really fucking weird.
Yeah, because it's like when you were explaining it to me, it was just like, oh, he's a teacher. I was like, ew, he's 10 years old. I was like, okay, well, the same age, I guess. And then you're like, yeah, but they're 14. I was like, what? Why is all this a thing? Why?
It's the opposite side this time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's just like what, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
don't know which way to look. But yeah, like the whole setup for it is fucking weird. The biggest part that is like, you have to almost ignore an entire character. The fucking weasel that is in it is a literal, like, he's an ermine. He's basically a weasel, and he is just this massive pervert. He's like an old dude in a weasel body, and he gets like really hyped up to get the main character Negi. He gets really hyped up to get them to get their power. And I'm like, he can't leave because he's the only one that knows how to do the pact, but you could do a little less.
Yeah.
And at the very beginning, he just like dives into panty drawers and shit, and he just like steals panties from the 14-year-old girls. It's really fucked up. Outside of the like school life shit where they do that trash, the fights are astonishing. The like relationship outside of the making out is good. Their like friendliness is good. The characters are very interesting in their own right. But man, I can't actually recommend it because it just lasts too long for it to be like, you know, Don Montiac and Ragman, because you'd be like, oh, 3 episodes in, they pretty much get past it. Episode like 4 or something, they have the revolution with Lily, and then it's basically a whole different ball game. They do not hit that ball game. they while the main character Negi like never does anything like weird intentionally, they did also write in this weird quirk that he's got where it's like his main magic attribute is wind. As a 10-year-old, he can't control his magic very well, so when he sneezes, he just blows the skirts up on everybody around him. And I was like, God damn it.
Come on.
But he's like, he's a cool character. Well, he doesn't intentionally do that. Why did they write that in there? That is fully unnecessary.
I mean, that's just anime.
If I could just tell you to skip all the way up to the like magic world part, then I would. But there's bits and pieces that you need to know beforehand, and it's like, ah. But then you also have to like wade through all that near pedo shit, and it's like, ah.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Where it's like,
so like, I mean, like, yeah, I can't really recommend it. I'll say the character is cool, the powers are cool. How they get the powers not cool. No, the manga is like that. That's why I can't really recommend. Well, I did say that you should read it, but the manga does get like that. The anime is even worse. So,
oh my god!
Like they don't even have the justification of saying like it's drawn well. Their fucking anime was done like terribly, and they just like skip random shit. I really want to recommend to read it, but it's like you really can't. Really can't. I don't think dude was like, they never like accused him of doing anything like check his computer or anything. Like he was never suspect under investigation to the best of my knowledge. So if that gives you any comfort, but definitely a fucking weird start. I don't know what else he's done, but yeah, it's like hit or miss. How you want to look at it. Yeah. If you can fully ignore that, then that's probably a problem in itself if you can fully ignore that.
No, yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, I read it back when I was in like middle school, high school, and it was a little weird then. Looking back on it now, while I did enjoy the school festival arc and a lot of their like magical power systems, it's just too much. It is just too much.
No, I totally understand. Like. But I mean, that's again, you are the guy with the off the wall picks, the guy who will come out there with them curveballs. You know what I mean? And that's good. that open your eyes to an anime that he will not recommend and you don't watch.
If anybody recommends it, if they don't put a big ass disclaimer on it, check that guy's PC.
You're gonna find him. Hunt him down.
But we'll move away from that one and say, who is your second in command?
All right, so my second in command. So you thought about it a different way than I thought about it. I was just like, who would be my ride or die? Who would be somebody I would trust with my life?
Who do I want to hang out with all the time?
You know what I mean? So I'll throw in my honorary pick first. Honorary pick will be this is gonna be stupid. Piccolo. I just love Piccolo as a character, and I think Piccolo.
He
awesome.
would be cool to have, like, even practically, because he's definitely not an idiot.
He's strong as hell. He's not a fucking idiot. Like, again, Dragon Ball Z is your meathead shonen, right? But Piccolo is always like the smart guy, the tactician who would always make the hard.
He's the more reasonable one. Yeah, he's not like tied down by Vegeta's pride or Goku's like bloodlust or whatever.
Like, I feel like in Dragon Ball Z, this is my.
It's just Piccolo sitting there going, "What the fuck?" all the time.
Yeah. I love Piccolo. Piccolo would be sick to just be like, "Yo, this is my guy. This is my dude. He's that dude." But like, my real second in command would be Roy Mustang for Fullmetal Alchemist. So I don't know if you count him as a main character.
I think he's a supporting character, but he's supporting in like a different way. He still feels like he would be in charge. He's the general, like he's the general of his division.
And that's what I love. Like,
I feel like he would very much not agree to be your second in command.
But it's just like a brother in arms, kind of like what I want is I want to be.
You want to be the Hughes to his Mustang.
I want to be his Hughes to his Mustang, man. Because you saw how broken up he was. Like, I love the original Fullmetal Alchemist anime. The brotherhood scene of him just snapping. And fucking Envy.
Yeah, killing Envy. Yeah, he did it to Envy. Well, he did it and Lust.
Envy and Lust. And
different reasons.
Like, my thing is just like, that's what the fuck I want. I want somebody that I can trust, that if something happened to me, they gonna fucking go to war.
I want somebody to get vengeance for me.
I know I'm weak. I'm gonna die. But, you know, like, he will be there. He will be my ride or die. It's the same thing with Riza, Hawkeye, and his whole team. Like, he's always thinking about everyone. And yeah, he could be a little stupid.
We should have picked him for president because he wanted to do he wanted to do the order to like have all women in bikinis or some shit. That was like dumb as hell.
That'd be awesome. No, we're joking, everybody.
Joking. That's a joke.
But no, man, I think as a second in command, he won't be my second. In my mind, second in command, he's my 1B to my 1A. You know what I mean? It's not really a second in command. I would love to have Roy Mustang as like my compatriot in battle, in war, just to hang out with, because the dude has a good sense of humor. I love the relationship that he has with Ed, where he's just supposed to be like the adult in the room, but instead
I feel like he doesn't intend to do that. He's just like always mad at Ed, and Ed is just like, I'm gonna do this anyway.
Yeah, so he's supposed to be the adult in the room, but they like so catty. It's just like a younger brother, older brother dynamic.
Yeah, you're right.
Them. Yeah, like I love that, man. Like, Roy Mustang is fucking sick, and the fact that he went above and beyond to get revenge for Hughes, and he had these aspirations to become not the Hokage. What the hell is it? The Führer.
Oh yeah,
like,
Führer.
Bradley's position, and he had everything, man. Like not Hughes, but Roy Mustang had it all, and he was fucking sick. And he's kind of a main character because Fullmetal Alchemist is written so well that even side characters get fleshed out plot lines and feel like you could just watch the whole series from their fucking perspective. But I would choose Roy Mustang as my second in command because that guy, one, he's intelligent. Two, he has the trust of his men. So if you're going to get the trust of Riza, Hawkeye, and the entire, like, his whole division, you know he's got to be somebody that's worthy of that trust. Everybody trusts and take care of shit. Because at the end of the day, Ed and Al are the main characters. They're the driving force behind the show. But they're teenagers. They're kids. You know? So Roy Mustang is the man. And he is. Like, he got his revenge for his friend. He did everything that he had to do. He had to go into hiding, maneuver all the pieces together, and when the time came, he fucking executed his plan properly. Was it just by himself? No. He had a group of intelligent smart, and dedicated individuals that he put together and trusted to get shit done. And that's somebody I can trust. So if I had to put my life on the line, if I had to put my faith in somebody, it'd be Roy motherfucking Mustang. Who better to be your 1B, not the second command. We'll just say 1B. Like you said, I mean, if he was in One Piece, he would have fucking Conqueror's Hockey. He is that dude. You know what I mean?
He had that pressure even without it.
Dude, when his eyes get like serious,
yeah, you can tell that like somebody is gonna die when his eyes get like extra sharp. You're like,
oh, so good. I love Roy Mustang.
Oh, but he chose his like group so good too, because like Hawkeye, my favorite Hawkeye moment is when Envy was mimicking Roy, and he called her by her name, and she's like, when we're by ourselves, she calls me this. Yeah. And then he's like, you guys are close together like that. And she's like, I lied. And just shot him. I was like, damn.
Dude, you know what? Honorable mention, fucking Hawkeye. I love her. I love her so much. She's the best. And I love their relationship.
She's like one of the best characters that doesn't do alchemy. Like she's the only character that is like around that just is in there and doesn't do alchemy. Winry is there as like the mechanic, but she's never like on scene. And then the one time she is, Ed has to stop her because she's like trying to shoot Scar or whatever. But like,
don't let the hatred.
It was one of those don't go to the dark side moments.
I love that scene.
But Hawkeye was like, she was in there. She was ready to fight. She's like, you guys can use alchemy. You guys are specialists, but I know how to deal with it.
Yep. Roy Mustang and Rita Hawkeye. I'm taking two. Not Rita Hawkeye.
I'm just going to take their whole chain, so I picked the guy at the top and everything that comes with that.
But, dude, I love her so much. She's the best.
She is really fucking cool.
Yeah, and Mustang is he's just awesome, man. Like, again, he feels like he could have been the main character if the show wasn't a shonen. Like, I would 100% watch the show if he was the main character, man. Like,
I mean, they probably could have made it a shonen even with him, because like he had the moments where he was like gonna fight.
Exactly. If it was made today, just like how Kafka's the old man shonen protagonist.
If it was made today, he would have his own spin-off.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yeah, for sure.
Like a light novel, a Roy Mustang light novel. Like, dude, like go back to the fucking Ishvalan War or whatever. Like, I would love to see that. Dude, just young Mustang trying to navigate his way through the fucking alchemy.
I would watch a backstory for Mustang. That would be sick.
What's the military called? I forget. But whatever. The
State Alchemists. They're the State Alchemists.
State Alchemists. Oh, dude, it's so simple, and I'm an idiot. But yeah, State Alchemists.
It really fucks with you because there's people in it that aren't alchemists.
True. But yeah, that would be my 1B. Roy motherfucking Mustang.
Solid pick.
But yes,
that will wrap it up for us.
There we go. You got it. Go ahead. The wrap us up.
Thanks everybody for popping in for the podcast. I hope everybody enjoyed their time here. If you have a second in command that you want us to know about, that you thought we didn't give a fair chance to, or if you agree or disagree with anything that we chose in any of the topics here today, be sure to leave it in the comments below in the discords of either myself, Vixeel, or Beautiful Crow, and we will see you in the next available DNAnime podcast. So be sure to come back and stay with us.
Yep. Dude, I appreciate all the support that we've been receiving on the YouTube channel, as well as through the audio podcast. I mean, we're a brand spanking new podcast. So it's actually really fucking cool to see that. Thank you guys so much for all the subscriptions. Thank you guys so much for the likes, for the comments in the comment sections. Like, it means the world to us. We love talking about this shit, and we're going to continue. This is episode 10. We're one deca down. I don't know what you will call it, but 10 podcasts down and on the tens of more. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.